Dolores, can you kick me off with just a welcome back, scumbag?
Welcome back, scumbag.
Scumbag! Scumbag! Welcome back, scumbag!
Season 11, we are in the thick of it, I feel like. How are you feeling about the season so far?
Don't say the thick of it yet. There's a lot of thick of it.
Everyone's talking behind my back. I want to leave. Go your self.
It is one of the strongest seasons in a long time. Before we get into all that drama, though, I want to talk about a moment that cracked me up, and I know cracked a lot of people up, was your reaction to seeing Margaret's boob job.
Wow.
When you saw that moment on the show.
Everyone's talking about that. I can't imagine that it was bad. That can't be what I was looking at. I had no idea that this is a thing. I just found out today. So I have to go back and watch. What's wrong with my reaction?
Well, because you're just like, okay. You're like, seen it. Let's move on.
I did see it many times. I've never seen anybody naked more than Margaret. I haven't seen myself naked more than I've seen Margaret naked. She's got the boobs of a young girl. We went to the same doctor, Dr. Mark Cadillac, for our neck up, our face. And for the neck down, we have Dr. Joseph Michaels.
Okay, I love
Good
it.
friends share these things.
Very specific. It's from the neck up to the neck down. I mean, I love how open you are about your surgeries. Can you give me the full rundown of everything you've gotten done?
Okay, so everything I have from top to bottom, Botox, I've had fillers, I have had a facelift, I've had my boobs done several times, tummy tuck, lipo, a Brazilian butt lift, which means I've had it rounded, and then, recently some other stuff that you haven't heard about yet, but stay tuned.
Dolores, what's your next surgery? Because you didn't tell me about this one.
David was upset about your choice to have elective surgery. And that's so weird to me because I feel like you, going into that relationship, he knows you have a love for this, that you do what you want to do. How do you move past that almost incompatibility thing there of him not liking that you do these things?
Here's the one thing. David rides motorcycles. David has, I think, 8 motorcycles. Badass, sexy motorcycles. I am not in favor of motorcycles. They scare me. I've only been on his motorcycles once. He has a love for it. But I know that's a big part of his life. Me, plastic surgery is not like, I'm not walking around looking like a botched woman, but I am not aging gracefully. I'm going to tweak and do what I want to do, and that is who I am. So take it or I have to take his love for motorcycles, and he has to take what I do. And too bad. The funny thing is, though, I always thought like he can never use my plastic surgery for like the excuse of, well, I'm not getting engaged or I'm not going to take it to the next level because you do a lot of elective surgery. So, I waited. I saw that I didn't get a ring and the relationship didn't go to the next level. So I said, well, then I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I would have done it eventually anyway, but I wasn't going to let that be an excuse.
I see. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. I want to unpack some of that. Overall, the audience doesn't seem to get you and David. There seems to be something that the audience is missing about this relationship. What do you think the viewers don't get about your connection with him?
The viewers don't get my connection with David is the amount of independence that we both have from each other and still have the relationship that we have. You have to understand, we're at different parts of our lives. We're not a young couple. And we both are very set in our ways. We both like our space. We both love our independence. And as much as people would like me to say, oh, I want more for you, I have everything I want right now. And that's a hard thing for people to grasp. Because if I wanted more, I would go find it. But I really like being with someone who isn't so dependent on me, that if I want to get up and go away for 5 days, I can just go. And he's fine. And he's going to be in the same spot I left him.
On this week's episode, Teresa makes a joke about if David's not going to make a move, maybe it's time to move on.
Ma, Baba, bring me an amazing guy, and maybe even for Dolores too, because if David doesn't make a move, we're gonna kick him to the curb.
You tell him.
Where do you see this thing going? Do you see marriage with David?
I don't know. So that move wasn't going to define my relationship at the moment. I may wake up one day and say, wow, you know what? Maybe I really want to get married. Maybe I want to live with somebody full time. Maybe I want something different in the relationship department. And then I'll have to weigh out if this relationship is going to fit me for my next part of my life. But for now, it works. I mean, think about it. I've been divorced 22 years. That's a long time. I got divorced when I was 28 years old. I've raised my kids. I've been successful. I own my own home. I have so much going for me that I don't always want to share that with somebody. And when you're in a relationship, like when you're married, when you're engaged, you share so much more of your life. And right now I'm enjoying and I'm living off of what I built. So for the past 25 years, my whole life revolved around everybody but me. But I'm enjoying myself right now. And another guy is going to be like, oh, I want you sitting next to me watching TV. Well, I don't want to watch TV with you. And so I'm a little afraid of what I don't know. I was only married for a short time of my life, but I know my single life very, very well. And I'm not unhappy with it.
You know, I think the audience seeing Frank so much also complicates their view of what your life should be and what they want to project onto you, because at the end of the day, you know the viewers want to see you and Frank back together.
So the viewers do want to see that, but what the viewers also have to see is, when were we ever apart? A big part of Frank and I are together, it's just not on an intimate level, right? So Frank and I vacationed together, and Frank and I raised our children together. And the divorce didn't mean that that was going to be the end of our relationship. It's just like, just being with your best friend and having that best friend, that business partner, that co-parent in your life for the rest of your life.
So is there any shot in hell that ever happens?
No. Do me and Frank sleep with each other? No. He just left and he just called me. That's what the interruption was. He just called me. And, you know, every time, like, I send him a picture of my new plastic surgery, he's like, what good is that doing me?
I mean, the lines are a little muddied, but it feels like they've always been muddied, just the life you've built.
The life I've built works for me. And it's been very hard. And I hope I'm an inspiration to other people, not to let peer pressure, not to let what people think you should be doing in your life define you. Because at the end of the day, somebody once told me, you have to live with your own decisions. At the end of the day, before you put your head on that pillow, you are the one. You walk in your own shoes. You live with the decisions you've made. So don't ever let anybody sway you the way they think you should go.